This is the DRC meeting for 24927 Burnt Hill Road. My name is Christina Sorrento. I'm the Chief of the Intake and Regulatory Coordination Division. And your lead reviewer is Mariah Claiborne. The purpose of this meeting is to ask any questions based upon the comments that you received. This meeting is being live streamed and recorded, and Mariah will kind of highlight any of the major items we should discuss and then turn it over to you to ask your questions. So go ahead, Mariah.
Thank you and good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining today. And thank you, Christina. So yes, we are here today to review the admin subdivision plan for 24927 Burnt Hill Road, where they are looking or proposing to create one new lot from the unplatted parcel, which is P920. So one of the main few concerns that we did have was because of frontage. Adding on this or subdividing this property on this parcel would conflict with the code that we have for where lots to abut on a public or private road. There's already four lots that serve the Burnt Hill Road. That was one of the things, and then so for transportation, they'll be here to speak, and then we have the agencies here. So I could pass it over to you if you have any major concerns for the comments that were provided.
I guess I mean, obviously, we'll have to discuss the issue with the access. The one question that did come up, I think, several times was the timing of when this was created.
Yes.
This parcel was deeded in 1961. So, I mean, it's been there for quite a while. The deed also contains two provisions or two references in it to earlier deeds which granted access easements out to Burnt Hill Road.
Okay.
So there were actually two earlier deeds which were part of it overall that they retained access rights to Burnt Hill Road.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, yes. And then, and I'm sorry to mention, because of course it is in the AR zone. So as long as I could get the deed information to just confirm, the creation of the parcel.
Sure.
Then we'll be good to go with that. And then I think too, that provides some wiggle room for, transportation. So I could pass it over to Warren.
Yeah, I mean, and I think DOT is on as well to comment, but yeah, I believe if it was deeded in 1961, that it's okay to add that.
Okay, good.
Right.
Good.
Can who's from DOT that can just chime in to just confirm that that's
This is
appropriate?
Deepak. Yeah, this is Deepak here. Yes, if as long as you can provide us the data information that it was dated in 1960s, we look at it and that should take care of things.
Okay, good. We can do that.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then as well and septic on, just want to touch bases to see where we are with that because I'll let them speak.
I don't think Heidi's on, but
Okay.
can you talk
I'm
about
not, I'm familiar with what they need. We've already started that
Right.
process
Okay. So that's
probably over a year ago. So I think they just need a couple things.
okay. That sounds good. And is Marie online? Okay. Yep. Just want
I am, but same thing. If it was deeded in 1961, I fire department access under current code does not apply.
So far, we're batting 1,000.
okay. Perfect. And then just for Molly for environmental for the FCP out. Go ahead, chime in if you have any comments.
Yeah, I didn't have too many, just a few notes that you could add to the plan to make it more clear about the past of this, how there was a forest conservation violation clearing in that forested area. So just adding a note of that on the plan. And then in order to rectify that violation, you will need to do some understory planting and get in contact with the forest conservation inspector, Kara, which she told me that you have been in contact.
Right.
And also with the southern portion of the property, it's cleared area. I don't know if you were planning to do anything with that area in the future.
I don't know if there's any plans for it. The owners hadn't really talked anything about that.
Well, just so, if you did want to do something in the future, you get to find out now, so not to come back and do this process again. And then if not, then just, you could state it as, this will stay, mowed, cleared area.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then too, I did make a comment for the timeline as well, but I'll send you email for that too, and I'll put it in the chat. So that way all the reviewers from the outside agencies are aware as well. But if you don't have any other questions, those were our major concerns for you.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna do
This is a Teak. I have a quick question. Just looking at the picture, there's an easement to Burnt Hill Road, recorded.
Yes, there's actually two easements.
Okay. Yeah, and it's all the way to the, I see that there's existing driveway, but the easement is to the roadway, not to the driveway, correct?
Yes, it encompasses the driveway down to Burn Hill, and then there's actually a piece of a lot right in front of the parcel which has an easement across it as well. That's actually part of Lot 4 from the subdivision to the south, I think.
It will help if you draw the easement on the plan.
Okay, I'll make sure that's labeled.
Thank you.
And I think
And reference to the easement, the library and folio.
Yes, okay.
Thank you.
Melissa had her hand up. Hi, Melissa.
Hi, good morning. So I was just wondering, so there's no lot frontage, but it's not a pre-1958 parcel. How is that accomplished in like the undersized area?
So this would be the pre-1980 for it to make sure that the lot to make sure that the parcel was created before 1980. So they have their deed information that goes back to, you said 1961?
Yeah.
So they just have to provide that. But even looking on the tax map too, the lot size has not changed since 1981. So I'm pretty sure that it would meet the 1980 once we just cross-verify with the documents, with the deed.
Oh. So they don't have to meet zoning requirements. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay,
For the
thank
lot.
you. Okay.
Hey, this is Jonathan. So they don't have to meet the requirements for this zone. They still have to meet zoning requirements. And because the lot doesn't have frontage, there is an additional finding that will have to be made in the staff report.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, anything else?
Thank you all. I think that this concludes our DRC for today for Burnt Hill Road.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.